Hi everyone, welcome to Glorious IAS Academy. Within like next 2 months, 10 days, like we have UPSC prelims exam is coming. So most of the people are like in confusions, like what to do in last 2 months to make the difference. Like most of them are like messaging me asking about, sir, how to clear prelims and how to score good marks. This is like the basic question that most of the aspirants, especially who are writing like first attempt or second attempt, they'll have this question: how to prepare in last, like how to use this last 70 or 80 days so that their score will be more than the cutoff. End of the day, it's a prelims, and if you cross that cutoff, that's enough, right? So what do you have to do in these last 80 days, right? I'm going to answer that currently now. If you follow this, chances are very high that you will probably cross 90 marks or 100 marks. Currently, like if you observe the question paper pattern in last like 4 or 5 years, do you know how much is the like cutoff? Last year I'm sure it's somewhere around 77, 78. It's even less than 80. And before that it was somewhere around 85, 84. I don't remember the number exactly, but it's like 80, somewhere around 80. If you're crossing 90, chances are very high that like I'm talking about the prelims GS1 paper 1. I'm not talking about the CSAT now. Currently, like in GS1, if you are able to score like 85 plus or 90 plus, chances are high, very very high that you'll clear the exam. Last 4-5 years, this is how the pattern is. Like scoring 80 itself has become so difficult for every aspirant. So, like I said, what are the things we need to do to cross that 100 mark? Because the number of days are like close to 80. End of the day, what everyone does, we have lot of books and we keep reading every book. Everyone knows the syllabus, everybody has the source, but what makes the difference? Irrespective of how many books we read, let's say Polity, Lakshmikant is there, everyone knows that we have to read that. But irrespective of the number of books they read, in the 2 hours, we are going to write the exam, right? Irrespective of how many books we read, that is the only thing we're going to do. We'll go sit in the exam hall. We have 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. And if you're able to maintain your, mental health, like if you're able to have that mindset, which is like clear, calm, and if you're not anxious, chances are very high that you will be able to guess the right answer. In end of the day, everybody who is entering into the exam hall will only know like 20 or 30 questions. Trust me, even if somebody is scoring so high in the prelims, still the number of questions that they know is like close to 25, 30 only. Remaining questions, they just have to guess it. To guess the right answer, of course, it takes a lot of practice. Of course, it takes so much of knowledge. Other than all this, the mindset in the exam hall matters a lot. Okay, so irrespective of how many books you read, how many times you revise, solving the questions only makes the difference. Trust me, you have 80 days currently, and divide those 80 days into probably 2 or 3 cycles. Out of that 80 days, first 40 days, try to finish all the subjects. Like take a A4 sheet, write down like how many days you have, day 1, day 2, day 3, total number of days you have. And for each subject, I'm sure for some people, polity, it will take 10 days. For some people, it will take 7 days. So write down the number of days for each subject. How many subjects are there? 7 or 8, right? So for each subject, just write down the number of days and also total number of days. Take A4 sheet, write the number of days, write it like a calendar, like day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 1 which subject you're going to do. So next 7 days, you're going to finish one subject. So these things will work out only when you are like when you're so focused and when you're so sincere about what you're doing. Okay, if you're not consistent in next 80 days, trust me, it will not work out. But if you are like focused for next 60-70 days, chances are very high that, because this is the time which matters more than the last, like irrespective of how much you're preparing in the last 1 year, it doesn't matter. Even though it matters, still this last 70-80 days preparation is more important to clear the exam. Whatever you read now will something like you remember it for forever. Like this exam pressure and with the speed that you read, everything will make sure that you remember it for so long. So this phase is so important, last 60-70 days. So divide the number of days, write it down on the A4 sheet, and for every day put a target like subject and how much you're going to finish it. And don't read everything that is there in the book, okay? It's not advisable. Go with the topic, like topic wise you have to prepare. Like let's say there's a topic called monetary policy in economy. It's very important for our exam. You can expect at least 2 or 3 questions from that area. To understand the whole monetary policy, what is the base rate and everything, you can actually expect at least 2 or 3 questions. You will be in a very good position to answer that. So inflation and that area. So if you understand the whole topic, probably it will take 2 or 3 hours, but still it's something which is worthy. Like you can invest your time there. So choose such topics and make sure you follow that trend. Like don't read everything that is there, just go by the topic, okay? Just take a topic, finish it, then revise it. And first 40 days, finish completely like all 7 or 8 subjects. Then again, like next 25 days, again write it down and make at least 2 or 3 revisions before the exam. This is the way like you should go, like whenever you're choosing the subject, you try to finish that way. But irrespective of whatever you do with the books and all, everyone is going to read that. But what makes the difference in whatever you do in the 2 hours, right? So solving the questions matters more. So you can read, you can have your schedule. At the same time, try to solve as many questions as possible every day. Let's say like tomorrow is let's say tomorrow is the day 1, and choose some topic, like let's say it can be, so choose some website, it can be Insights or it can be Forum or IAS Baba, or there's also one more YouTube channel called Officers IAS Academy, where they post questions, along with that they also give the explanation. So take those quiz questions and solve them regularly, like at least for next 60 days, every day. Make sure you solve at least 20 questions every day. I'm not talking about weekly, going to the some institute and writing the test series. That is different thing. But every day if you solve like at least 20-30 questions, imagine next 60 days how many questions you will solve. 60 into 10 or 60 into 20, almost 1,000, more than 1,000 topics. Somehow you will cross that. Next 80 days, 80 into 20 topics, 1,500 plus topics. So see it like that, like end of the day, irrespective of how many books we read, in those 2 hours we just have to solve the questions, right? So if you are not solving any quiz questions or any UPSC questions, and if you are not checking previous year's questions, if you are only reading the books, trust me, you are actually not in the preparation, okay? Make sure you also check previous year's questions, what kind of the trend, because there are certain questions that they are actually repeating. So if you see the question paper, chances are very high that 2 or 3 questions directly you will know the answer. Even guessing 2 questions the correct answer means you'll have like 4 marks, right? And getting 80 marks is something like very hard currently. So that is one thing you have to do, solve quiz questions every day. Okay, choose like other than this, like solving questions is more important than reading books, okay? Take a test series, any test series, GS Core or Insights. They have a section-wise test, like they'll choose the polity and they choose certain topics and they have questions over there and they'll explain that. So solve the questions, go with the topic, okay? Section-wise test also you can write. Solve as many questions as possible, like before the prelims, like they're close to 80 days, right? Solve at least 4,000 or 5,000 questions before you go there. And once you do that, your mind will be in a position to even eliminate the questions without you realizing it. Subconsciously, your mind will be trained in such a way that you'll automatically guess the right answer. So this is what matters more. Make sure you solve the quiz every day. Don't even like waste a single minute on that. Start like right from today, just take a question paper, solve it. Open Insights website, go to quiz column, they'll have like current affairs quiz every day, and you know the importance of current affairs, right? 60 to 70% of the question paper is based on current affairs only, apart from history and other polity areas. Like if most of the things are based on current affairs only, so you're revising current affairs on their like daily basis, and if you like randomly read the current affairs also, it's very hard to remember. It is not easy. So to remember also, if you go solve quiz questions and then if you read the explanation for that, and if you do some research, like you can take the topic and search it, why is that actually in the news, and couple of news articles if you refer, chances are very high that you'll remember it, because nobody knows where the question is going to come from. But if you do little bit of research, whatever the topic you read, you'll remember it, and that's what matters, right? End of the day, tune your mind in such a way that your mind is so comfortable to sit in that 2 hours exam. Like, you know, you shouldn't have any pressure. Like, don't ever think like, okay, this 80 days is something I have to put so much of hard work and I just have to clear the exam. It's not how it is. Like, that's not how it works actually. Do not take pressure at all. It's just an exam. Prepare. Like, do not take the pressure. If you think like you should clear the exam, then that will add up like so much of pressure. But if you feel like, okay, it's just an exam, I'm gonna write that exam without much fear, then chances are very high that you clear. And that's how it happened in the past. Like, every time I clear, I go with like, you know, free mind. I feel like I'm not even writing the exam. That time I clear. But whenever I feel like I should clear that, I will not, like, before that one day, like, I won't get the right, like, sleep. And if you're not sleeping properly for the next couple of months, chances are very high that your performance will be less. So make sure you sleep properly, eat well, don't eat outside food, and have a schedule first. Okay, take a white paper and write down how many days are there for what subject, how many days are required. At least try to give 2 or 3 revisions. Also solve quiz questions every day. That is especially current affairs quiz. Okay, current affairs is so important. It's for even for prelims and even for mains. Okay, these are the things you need to follow. And if you're crossing 100 marks, answer, I mean, you don't even have to question. If crossing 100 is not a simple thing these days. And every time when I'm writing, I'm scoring more than 100, and that is only because I'm actually solving questions like every day. Like, even when I'm working also, I still make some time for the quiz questions, and I read the explanation, and that's how my knowledge is actually building up with time. Okay, so these are the tips that you can use it, and all the best for your preparation. Make sure you read well, and also maintain your health. Last 2 months are very crucial, so prepare well. All the best. Thank you.